So, it is Scorpio season. For those of you that don't know, Scorpio is a water sign. It's a fixed water sign, so a lot of times we associate that with ice. And the season of Scorpio, we are kind of meeting a lot of our inner, deep, deep down darkness. Sounds scary, I know. Scorpios are scary. They're also very lovely. But there's a vibe here of kind of really facing the things deep within us that we don't often like to face. Some call it darkness, the shadows. We just came out of this really long period of Mercury retrograde, and it called us to look at these parts. It was kind of like this tornado of just throwing these really scary, deep, dark, shadowy parts at us, and we had to address how we're going to proceed going forward. And so now that we're out of that Mercury retrograde, it's time to take that step. So what does that look like for you? Digesting the shadows, digesting the darkness that is you. We all come with both light and darkness. And so meeting that darkness with what? Acceptance. And it starts there. So not only is it Scorpio season, it also is the week of Diwali. So tomorrow on the new moon, it's always on the Scorpio new moon, the people of the Hindu religion celebrate Diwali, and it is a festival of lights. So if you'll see here to the left of me, I have some of the diyas. So Diwali is named after the little clay pots that they put their candles in, and these little beautiful handmade votives are these diyas, are kind of placed all around at the entrance of doors, on altars, everywhere. And the idea here is for this holiday is to kind of just celebrate light triumphing over dark. So they clean their homes, we buy new clothes, we make amends with people that we've been holding grudges to, let bygones be bygones, and just moving forward into the light together. And so today, I wonder in these next few moments, what is your darkness? What are you facing? What are you walking into? What are you looking at within yourself? The darkness. And how can you proceed by shining your light, flooding yourself with that lightness of life, the sweetness? What does that look like in these next couple days, next couple weeks? And so here in this space, just breathing into that thought. Each breath from here on out lengthening as you solidify intentions. And then on your next exhale, just draw your right knee in towards your chest. Pause for a moment. Kick that right heel up towards the ceiling, interlacing fingers behind the belly of the right thigh. Just a hamstring stretch, just this. Wrapping that right hip down away from the right low rib. And just hugging all muscle to bone. So today we're going to be using the breath sort of like a light, like a flashlight, as if you were exploring your body, and the breath is the flashlight that is kind of finding the nooks and crannies of those tight muscles, weeding them out, bringing lightness to the dark areas, breathing nice and full, flashlight shining deep within your right leg muscles. And then bend that right knee in towards your chest. Bend the left knee, sole of the left foot flat on the earth, and then just take your right ankle over top your left knee. Flexing your right toes towards your shin, lift that left leg up, interlacing fingers behind the belly of the left thigh, supine figure 4. So just drawing this left thigh towards you as you nudge the right thigh away, keeping toes nice and flexed. And then using that breath as a flashlight, finding the areas of congestion and tightness. And then release that left leg down, right leg down. Left knee in towards your chest. Hamstring stretch, interlacing fingers behind the belly of the left thigh. You can lengthen that right leg long on the mat. And it's just 2 heels kicking away from your body. Gently internally rotating the thighs, so making sure those right toes are turning in towards the midline of your mat. And then bending the right leg, right foot flat on the earth. Cross your left ankle over top your right thigh. And then lift that right foot off the ground as you interlace fingers behind the belly of the right thigh. So drawing that thigh towards you as you nudge the left thigh away with your left elbow. And then just staying here with the breath nice and full. And uncrossing your knees, hug both knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins and just rock from side to side. Little myofascial release of the low back. And then rock your way up and through to tabletop, rolling over ankles. Wrist creases directly under your shoulders, knees under hip points. Make sure those wrist creases are parallel to the top of your mat. Fingers are spread real nice and wide. And then you're just gently wrapping your triceps back, pale sides of the arms facing forward. Big breath in to melt your chest through your shoulders. Tilt the sits bones up towards the sky. Look up for your cow pose. Exhale, untuck and round, hugging the belly all the way up towards the back. See if you can release the chin towards the chest. And then inhale, melt your chest through your shoulders. Cow pose. Exhale, untuck and round. Take 2 more of those on your breath. So really exaggerating that extension and flexion of the spine. And then we'll just take one of our blocks on highest height and place it in between our thighs. So squeezing that block like crazy, you're going to locate your 2 hip points. So after you've located them, those 2 bony landmarks in the front of your body, you're going to locate the musculature in between and then hug that musculature up towards your spine. So tension across the hip points. Okay, keep that. And now melt your chest through your shoulders, tilt the sits bones up towards the sky. Notice how that feels a little different. Exhale, untuck and round, squeezing those hip points towards one another, squeezing that block, lift the belly up towards the back. Inhale, chest through shoulders, tilt the sits bones up, squeezing the block like crazy. Exhale, untuck and round. Find a neutral spine, so somewhere in between that extension and flexion, walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, and press up to top of a push-up. So it's kind of like you're sending that block back behind you, so internally rotating the thighs. Big breath in, shoulders forward of your wrists, hug the belly away from the ground, and then lower through your chaturanga nice and slow. Keep the chest really broad. Pull through to your up dog or cobra, and press back to your down dog. So we're going to do 3 more of those. Taking 1 breath in here in your down dog. Exhale, sighing it out. Inhale forward, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower really nice and slow, squeezing that block, closing the hip points. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale back, down dog. So in your back bend next time around, really notice if you can squeeze the block even harder. So closing those hip points. Next inhale, roll forward, top of a push-up. Exhale, lower down through your chaturanga, keeping the chest broad. Inhale to your back bend, squeeze that block. Exhale back, down dog. 2 more. Big breath in. Exhale, side out. Inhale forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, pull up your back bend. Exhale back, down dog. Big breath in. Exhale, side out. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower nice and slow. This is the last one. Make it strong. Inhale to your back bend. Exhale back, down dog. All right, big breath in. On your exhale, walk your hands back towards your feet. You can slide your heels all the way towards the back of your mat. Okay, release the block from your thighs. You can take it off towards the side, about halfway down your mat. Inhale, arms rise all the way up. Exhale, connect the palms, pull your hands down through heart center. Okay, shift your weight into your left foot, right knee in towards your chest. Pausing here, find the muscles of the left leg as you wrap that right hip down in line with the left. Inhale. Exhale, cross your right ankle over top your left knee and sit down into your figure 4. So just bending into that standing leg, hugging the belly towards the back, lengthening the tailbone down as you squeeze the shoulder blades together, pressing palms together. 3 more breaths here, finding the muscles of the standing leg. And stand tall, right knee in towards your chest. Step it halfway down your mat. Inhale the heart forward. Exhale, wrap that right hip back and fold halfway. Big breath in. Exhale, fold all the way down, crown of the head reaching for your right toes. So releasing the hands all the way down to the ground, we'll shift our weight into our warrior 3. So stepping into that right foot, keep a little kick in that right knee. You can grab your block, move it all the way towards the top of the mat, and then hug the left knee in towards your chest. Make a little ball with your body as you kick the standing leg and rise all the way up to standing. So left knee stays in towards your chest. Wrap that left hip down in line with the right. Find the muscles of that right leg, so hugging all muscle to bone. Cross your left ankle over top your right knee and sit down into your standing figure 4. So flexing those left toes towards your shin, bending deeply into the right knee. And about 3 more breaths from this point on, nice and full. Tips of the shoulder blades drawing together as you press your palms. And left knee in towards your chest. Big breath in. Exhale, step it all the way towards the top of the mat. Inhale the heart forward. Exhale, wrap that left hip back and halfway fold down. Pause here. Inhale, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold all the way down. Option for hands on the ground. And just taking a big breath in here. On your exhale, stepping into that left foot, right leg rises, warrior 3. Inhale, shift the heart forward as you squeeze the upper back. Exhale, right knee in towards your chest, make a little ball with your body and rise all the way up to standing. Big breath in. Exhale, right foot down, Tadasana, top of your mat. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, plant palm, step back, shoot back, lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog cobra. Exhale back, down dog, 2 breaths. Second exhale, walk your feet towards your hands. Inhale for the lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms reach. Exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step back, shoot back, lower down through your chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog cobra. Exhale back, down dog, 2 breaths. Bottom of your second exhale, make your way towards the top of your mat, stepping, jumping. Inhale for the lift and lengthen, top of your mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms reach. Exhale, hands by your side. One more time. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step back, shoot back. Lower down through. Up dog cobra on the inhale. Exhale, back down dog, 2 breaths. Bottom of your second exhale, make your way towards the top of your mat. Inhaling, lifting, low belly, upper back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms reach. Exhale, hands by your side, Tadasana, heel to your feet to touch, knees touch. Inhale, sit down, chair pose, pause here. Okay, hug the belly in towards the back, squeeze those hip points, so tension across that musculature in between the two. And then squeezing the tips of the shoulder blades together. So you've got this low belly engagement, upper back engagement. Big breath in. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift the low belly, upper back. Exhale, step back, shoot back, lower down through your chaturanga. Inhaling to your back bend. Exhale, back, down dog. Right leg steps forward, pivot the back foot 45, rise up to your warrior 1. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, right back down. Option to hover that right foot as you lower through your chaturanga. Inhale to your up dog. Exhale, back down dog, left foot steps, warrior 1. Arms rise on the inhale. Exhale, right back down. Lower through. Inhaling to your back bend. Exhale, back down dog, 3 breaths. Bottom of your third exhale, make your way towards the top of your mat. Inhaling for the lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, heel toe your feet to touch. Inhale, sit down, chair pose and hold. Hug the belly in, lengthen the tailbone down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift the arms nice and high. See if you can bend a little more into the knees. One more breath in. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana. Inhale, sit down, chair pose and hold. Hug the belly in towards the back. Tension across the hip points. Tension across the upper back, those shoulder blades. Last breath in. Exhale, swan dive forward, hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift and lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, step back, shoot back, lower through your chaturanga. Inhale. Exhale, back, down dog, right foot steps forward, pivot the back foot 45, rise up to your warrior 1. All right, pause here for a moment. Take your hands to your hips and straighten this front leg. So wrapping the right hip back, left hip forward, you're squaring your hips towards the top of the mat. Okay, so hug that belly in towards the back, lengthen the tailbone down, and keep all of that as we bend into our right knee. Okay, arms rise. And circle the arms behind you, interlacing fingers. Send the fist down the left leg as you reach the heart up towards the ceiling. Keep the deep bend in the right knee. And breathing fully here. One more breath in. Exhale, fold down on the inside of your right leg. So trick here is to keep pressing into that right foot a lot and wrap the right hip back. Squeezing your feet towards one another. Your fists are punching up towards the ceiling. Upper back is super engaged here. 2 more breaths. And next inhale, rise back up, arms reach. Warrior 3, hands down to the ground in front of you. Step into that right foot. And then just turn your left hip over top your right as you take Ardha Chandrasana. Left arm rising. Big breath in here. Option for Chapasana, reaching for that top foot with the left hand. And just 3 more breaths wherever you are. If you took the thigh stretch, re-extending that top leg, left hand down, wrap that left hip in line with the right. Big breath in, reach the heart forward. Exhale, step back to your warrior 1, arms rise. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, right down, lowering through your chaturanga. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, back, down dog. Left foot steps forward, pivot the back foot 45, rise up to your warrior 1. Take your hands to your hips, straighten that front knee, and then you're wrapping the left hip back, right hip forward, heavy down the tailbone, and hug the belly in towards the back. Keep that. Start to bend into that left knee. Arms rise. Cool. And interlace fingers. So taking the opposite interlace, opposite thumb on top, wrapping the heads of the shoulders up and back. Heart reaches up towards the ceiling as you punch your fist down your right leg. Full breaths here. And fold right down on the inside of that left leg. So pressing into that left foot a lot to wrap the left hip back, feet squeezing towards one another. Heads of the shoulders lifting away from the ground. 2 more breaths here. Third inhale, arms rise up, warrior 1. Exhale, hands down to the ground, warrior 3. So lifting that right leg up. And then open up to your Ardha Chandrasana. You can take Chapasana, reaching with the right hand for the right foot. Taking the thigh stretch. Wherever you are, 2 more breaths. And if you took the thigh stretch, re-extend that right leg, right hand down, turn the right hip down, warrior 3. Inhale, heart reaches. Exhale, step back, warrior 1, arms rise. Inhaling at the top. Exhale, right down. Chaturanga, lowering through. Inhale to your up dog cobra. Exhale, back, down dog, 3 breaths. Bottom of your third exhale, make your way towards the top of your mat. Inhale for the lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold, feet touch. Inhale, sit down, chair pose. Exhale, stand tall, Tadasana. Inhale, sit down, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, hands down to the ground. Inhale, lift and lengthen, heart forward. Exhale, step the left foot back only, low lunge. Big breath in, reaching that right arm up. And exhale, right hand down on the inside of your right foot, grab a block. So we're going to take a block on highest height right underneath our left thigh. So you can kind of really place it anywhere on that thigh. We're going to be here for a little bit so you can even move it around. So we're going to just stay on the ball mound of that left foot and start to rock back and forth on this block. So just getting a little myofascial release of this left quad. So getting into that musculature, the connective tissue that encases it. And eventually, maybe you lift the left toes off the ground, putting the full weight of your left leg on this block, kneading into that one specific area. And then you are more than welcome. We're going to take about 10 breaths here. So you're more than welcome to kind of shift forward and back on the block, finding those areas of stickiness, tightness, and then using the breath here. So from this point on, 10 breaths, really nice and full. thinking about that breath like a light that you're shining on the shadow of your muscles. And last round of breath. On your exhale, you can remove the block, place it back towards the top of the mat. Place your back knee down on the ground. Left hand plants as you reach back for your left foot with your right hand. So taking the twisted thigh stretch here. You can keep your left palm down on the ground, or you can release your left forearm to the ground. Couple options with this front knee. You can keep that right foot planted firmly into the earth, or you can kind of turn the right toes out 45 degrees, roll onto the pinky edge side of that right foot, and then just reach the right knee out towards the right. Wherever you are, about 5 breaths here. Using that breath as a flashlight. Finding that tension and tightness. And then releasing that left foot, right hand down inside of your right foot, left hand down inside of your right foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, pivot the back heel down so the pinky edge side is parallel with the back edge of your mat. Walk your hands towards the front left corner. So we're in our warrior dog. We've got down dog arms, warrior 2 legs, just opening the hips here. So really focusing on pressing into this right foot to wrap the right hip back. And then the trick with the back foot, so I still haven't found a way I love to explain this, but what I've got so far is to keep the engagement of that back leg. We're kind of imagining we're on the beach and we're trying to pile up some sand, and we can only use this left foot to pile up the sand. So you're kind of cupping the pinky edge side of that back foot, that left foot, and as if you're dragging the sand forward, you've got that engagement of the inner left thigh. So try that here. Sealing down the pinky edge side, lifting the inner arch. And just 2 more breaths where you are. The goal here is to have both legs evenly contributing to your stability. So that back leg's gotta work. And then walk your hands over towards the left long edge of your mat. Right toes will swing with you for your wide-legged fold. Big breath in, lift the low belly, upper back. See if you can get your hips in line with your ankles, so shifting your weight a little more into the ball mounds of the feet. And then same thing with that back leg in warrior dog. We're doing that with both legs now. So cupping the sand towards the midline of our mat. Our pinky edge sides are sealing down. Big breath in. Exhale, fold. Little kick in the knees. Breathing here, nodding your head yes, shaking your head no. Option for headstand if you're feeling it today. We'll have another option on the other side if you're not feeling it this round. And then headstanders, make your way back down nice and slow, straddling through. Everyone together. Inhale, lift high up onto the fingertips, reach the heart forward. Exhale, take your hands to your hips and rise all the way up to standing. Turn the right toes towards the top of the mat, bend into that right knee for your warrior 2. So big breath in here, shoulders stacked over your hips. On the exhale, left hand slides down your left leg, flip the right palm, reach back. So you can take a skull grab here, reaching for the base of the skull with the right fingertips. And just pointing that right elbow up towards the ceiling. Keep the deep bend in the right knee, widening it towards the right. Plugging that right shoulder on your back by squeezing both shoulder blades together. Last breath in. Keep the upper body on the exhale, straighten the right leg. Even further, reaching back through the right side body, through that right elbow. Inhaling. And exhale, bring your arms to a T. Send the left hip back, right fingertips forward until they can't reach anymore. And then you're bringing that right hand down outside your right shin. Trikonasana triangle pose. Left arm rising directly above. And you're kind of spiraling the musculature of your right leg in towards the midline of the mat, pressing into the big toe ball mound side of that front foot. Yeah, 2 more breaths here. And exhale, left hand down inside of your right foot, bend into that right knee, low lunge top of your mat. Inhale, reach the heart through the shoulders. Exhale, slide the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms reach. Exhale, hands by your side, Tadasana. Heel toe your feet to touch, knees touch. Sit down into your chair pose, arms rise. Inhale here. Exhale, fold right down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, step the right foot back only. Inhale, reach long through the spine. Exhale, plant your right fingertips, left arm rises just for a breath in. And exhale, left hand down inside of your left foot, grab a block highest height. You're going to take it underneath your right thigh this time, just placing it wherever you'd like to begin. And then again, just rocking back and forth on that block. Eventually maybe lifting the right toes away from the ground. And we've got about 10 to 15 breaths here. I talked a lot on the other side, so we'll account for that. And taking those breaths nice and full. So really using this release as a way to get to that connective tissue, those muscles that you can't usually just get to with just stretching. We've got to kind of break down that connective tissue. It gets really nice and brittle without self-massage and kind of pressure point release like this. So just about 3 more breaths. And remove your block. Place the back knee down. Untuck your back toes. You can plant your right palm down. Reach back with your left hand for your right foot, taking the twisted thigh stretch. Reaching the heart towards the top left corner of your mat. You can stay high up on that right palm or lower down to the right forearm. Wherever you are, plugging both shoulders back on your back by squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then options with the front foot, you can turn the front foot out and just widen that left knee, the front knee. And next exhale, release that right foot. Left and right palm plant down on the inside of your left foot. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, spin the back heel down, pinky edge side parallel with the back edge of your mat, and walk your hands towards the front right corner. Okay, so imagine, and remember the 2 legs are really equally engaged here. So a lot of times I notice in my practice that back leg is kind of dead and just hanging out.
So make sure you're really thinking about like piling up that sand with that back leg. So sealing down the pinky edge side, lifting that inner arch, and dragging it forward isometrically. Breathing nice and full into the hips. And then walking your hands over towards the right long edge of your mat. Left toes will turn with you. Big breath in to lift high up on your fingertops. See if you can get your hips in line with your ankles. And then fold right down. Option for a headstand here if you didn't take it on the other side and are feeling called to. So that's just setting up your palms. So you're imagining a triangle on the ground. The palms are going to be the two bottom points of the triangle, and your head is going to be the top point of the triangle. You're placing all three down, and that is your base for balancing. Eventually lifting the legs nice and high. And then to come out, you'll just straddle your way down the same way you got up. So headstanders can make their way down now. Everyone can inhale, high up on fingertops, lift the low belly, upper back. Exhale, take your hands to your hips, rise all the way up to standing. Extend your arms out to a T, turn the left toes forward, and then bend into that left knee. So finding your warrior two. Big breath in as you stack your shoulders over your hips. Exhale, slide your right hand down your right leg, flip the left palm for peaceful warrior. Option for that skull grab again. So using the left fingertips to reach for the base of the skull. Deep bend in that front knee, widening it out towards the left. Few breaths into the left side body. And then straighten the front leg, reach back even further with the left elbow or left fingertips, breathing into the left side body nice and full. And then on the exhale, bring your arms to a T. Send the right hip back, left fingertips forward. Trikonasana, hand down on the outside of your left shin, either on the ground or block. Right arm rises directly above. So you're spiraling the musculature of your left leg, that front leg, down towards the midline of your mat. And pressing into the big toe ball mound side of the front foot. 2 more full breaths here. And then bend into that left knee, hands frame your left foot, all 10 toes facing forward. Inhale, lift the heads of the shoulders away from the ground. Exhale, slide the right foot forward. Inhale for the lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms reach. Exhale, hands by your side, Tadasana. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, step the left foot back only. Release the back knee towards the ground. Untuck the back toes. Rise up to your Anjaneyasana. Arms lift. So really mindful about the pelvic muscle engagement here. So you're wrapping this right hip back, left hip forward, hugging belly in towards back, lengthening tailbone down. So keep all of that. And then you're bending into the right knee, dragging that right heel back isometrically towards your left knee. So that's a really important engagement of left knee forward, right heel back. Okay, so keep all of that. See if you can bend a little bit more into this front knee, really dragging that back knee forward and scooping the pelvis in and up. Okay, arms rise. Taking 5 full breaths here. So making sure you're a little more forward on that back kneecap. You don't want to be jamming down directly on it. And then towards the end of your breath, start to engage the back left hamstring, drawing the left heel towards your seat. Yeah, not easy. Pause here. Keep the belly hugging in towards the back. And then reach back with the left hand for the left foot, right hand down to your right thigh. So hugging that heel towards your seat, keeping the chest broad and squared towards the top of the mat. You're forward on this left knee, making sure to avoid the left kneecap. And just breathing really full here. Continuing to scoop the pelvic bowl up towards your face. So really tightening across the hip points, drawing hip points towards your low ribs. Just one more round of breath here. And exhale, release the hands down to frame your right foot. Tuck your back toes and step back, down dog. Big breath in. And exhale, walk your hands all the way back towards your feet. So we'll inhale, lift the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms reach. Exhale, hands by your side, Tadasana. So step into your right foot, left knee in towards your chest. Grab for your left ankle with your left hand. And then just take the thigh stretch here by hugging your thighs together and lengthening this left knee down away from your left side groin. You're flipping your hip points up towards your low ribs, so squeezing the low belly as much as you can, and then hugging the heel towards the seat. So keep the belly nice and tight, lengthen the left knee down. And then find your dancer pose, so flipping the grip, reaching for the inside edge of your left foot. Thumb up towards the ceiling as you kick into your back hand, back foot. Right arm rises, pinky and, or not pinky, index and thumb can touch. Keep your hips squared. Big breath in. And then exhale, release the right hand down to the ground, taking the thigh stretch, Chapasana. So just 3 full breaths in your Chapasana or Chandrasana. If you want to just go right to half moon, that's fine. And extending that left leg long. Big breath into your half moon pose. Exhale, left hand down to meet your right. Finding warrior 3. Big breath in. Exhale, left knee in towards your chest and rise all the way up to standing. Step the left foot halfway down the mat. Find your Parsvottanasana, inhaling the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Hands can come down to ground or stay lifted. Taking 2 breaths here. And then stepping into your left foot, right knee in towards your chest and rise all the way up to standing. Big breath in here. And then exhale, take your right ankle over top your left knee, find your figure 4. Option to make your way into Ekapada Galavasana here. So hands down to the ground. You can hook the right toes around your left tricep. And then just find Chaturanga arms, bending into the elbows, finding a little shelf for that right leg and lifting the left leg up. Everyone else staying in your figure 4. We'll meet back in that standing figure 4, halfway down your mat, standing on that left foot. Big breath in. Exhale, stand tall. Step the right foot all the way towards the top of the mat. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands down on either side of your right foot. Inhale, the heart reaches forward. Exhale, fold. Step into that left or that right foot, standing split, left leg rises. Just for 1 breath in. And then exhale that left foot down next to your right. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Step the right foot back. Low lunge just for 1 breath in. Exhale, release the back knee, untuck the back toes, find your Anjaneyasana, arms rise. So really getting into this Anjaney here, bending deeply into this left knee as you wrap the left hip back, right hip forward. And then really making your way to the front of this right kneecap. So you're not directly on that kneecap. You're scooping the pelvic bowl up towards your face. So hip points towards your low ribs down towards hip points. Arms rising. And then remembering that engagement of left heel isometrically dragging back towards your right knee forward.
Taking about 5 breaths from this point on. At the end of your breath, you're going to start to engage that right hamstring as you draw the right heel towards your seat. Pause here. And then reach for the right foot with your right hand, left hand down on your left thigh, taking the thigh stretch, pausing here for about 3 to 5 breaths. So using that breath to shine the brightness, shine the light. Descending into that left knee, scooping the tailbone. And then release the right foot down, hands frame your left foot. Step the left foot back, down dog. Walk your hands all the way back towards your feet, shifting your heels towards the back edge of your mat. Inhale, lift the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, arms reach. Exhale, hands by your side. Shift your weight into your left foot. Draw your right heel in towards your seat, grabbing that right ankle. Your thighs will touch as you lengthen the right knee towards the mat and scoop the tailbone. So you're lengthening that tailbone down, hugging the hip points up towards the low ribs. And then it's just this, breathing here. Shifting into your dancer, reaching the heart forward, kicking the right foot back. You can connect your pointer and thumb together, reaching that left arm in front of you, squaring your shoulders, squaring your hips towards the top of the mat. And then option to come right into your half moon or come to Ardha Chandra Trikonasana, so keeping the thigh stretch as you release that left hand down. And then extend that right leg long for your half moon. Big breath in. Exhale, right hand down to meet your left. Turn that right hip down, warrior 3. Hug your right knee in towards your chest. Rise up to standing. And step that right foot halfway down your mat. Hands to heart center as you find your Parsvottanasana pyramid pose, folding down over the right leg. Option to keep the hands lifted or lower them. And then stepping into that right foot, hug the left knee in towards your chest and rise up to standing. Crossing the left ankle over top the right knee, hands through heart center. Option to stay right here in your standing figure 4 or make your way to Ekapada Galavasana, hands down to the ground. Again, we're making chaturanga arms, hooking the left toes around the left tricep and then kicking that right leg up and back. Eventually making your way back to figure 4. And then standing up nice and tall. Inhale the left knee towards your chest. Exhale, step it all the way towards the top of the mat and fold down for your Parsvottanasana, hands down to the ground. Just one breath in, reach the heart forward. Exhale, step into that left foot, right leg rises, standing split just for a breath. Inhaling. Exhale, right foot down next to your left. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands by your side. Inhale, arms rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, plant palms, step back, shoot back, lower down through your chaturanga or skip it. We'll meet in down dog. And then once in down dog, big breath in to lift your right leg nice and high. Bend the knee, open the hip. So really pressing into your palms, engaging that outer right hip to point the knee towards the ceiling.
Wrapping that right shoulder down in line with your left. Big breath in. And exhale, pigeon pose, right knee towards your right wrist. Shimmy that left leg back. We're going to stay upright for these first couple breaths. Option for a thigh stretch here, so any variation. So when I'm thigh stretching, I like to have this front heel a little more towards my groin. And then just reaching back with either hand for the thigh stretch. Option to take it into Ekapada, Rajakapotasana, mermaid pose. And then when you're done playing, just lowering down to your forearms. Next inhale, rise back up to palms. Tuck your left toes, right leg up and back, down dog. Left leg rises, bend the knee, open the hip. So finding that outer left hip engagement to point the left knee nice and high. Left heel towards your seat. Big breath in. And exhale, find your pigeon pose this side. Left knee towards your left wrist. And staying upright to begin, taking a thigh stretch, just reaching back for that right foot, or taking mermaid where you hook the right elbow. Any variation that speaks to you this morning. And when you're done playing, just fold right down. Next inhale, lift back up to your palms. Shift your weight into your left hip and wrap that right leg around, finding Janu Shirshasana. So 2 sits bones pressing down into your mat. Sole of the left foot in towards your inner right thigh. Big breath in, arms rise. Find those sits bones pressing down evenly through them. And then locate your neutral pelvis. So hugging the belly in towards the back, you're tightening the whole core. Use that engagement to twist towards your extended leg. And then press that extended leg down into the ground as you hug those toes back towards your shin. Okay, big breath in, reach through the right fingertips, left fingertips too, and then fold. And then slowly rise back up. We're going to twist towards this bent leg. So take a nice twist, reaching the heart over towards the left side. And then you're going to bring your right forearm on the inside of your right leg. So it's twisted Janu Shirshasana, reaching that left arm up and over. Keep the heart lifting towards the ceiling. Reaching the left fingers towards the right toes. They're not always going to touch, but I'd rather see that heart reaching for the ceiling rather than it close down for you to touch the toes. Breathing into the low left back. And then rise back up. Take your right shin over top your left for Agni Stambhasana. So right ankle directly over your left knee, right knee over your left ankle. So you're imagining you're in this little box, perfect for your legs, and you're just kicking your heels into the walls of that box, keeping the outer hips nice and engaged. We'll inhale the arms up. And if you notice this right knee lifted, you're going to twist and fold over that right knee. Everyone else, we're folding directly down through the center. And rise back up. Find Janu Shirshasana, the other side, left leg extends, sole of the right foot towards your inner left thigh. Find your sits bones pressing down into the earth. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, engaging the core. You're twisting towards your extended leg. Press that extended leg into the ground a lot and pull the toes towards the shin. Keep that. Inhale, reach through the fingertips. Exhale, fold. And rise back up. Turn towards this bent leg, reaching the heart all the way over towards the right side. And then place your left forearm down on the inside of your left leg. Reach the right arm up and over for your twisted Janu Shirshasana. So heart continues lifting up towards the ceiling as you reach those right fingertips for the left toes. They won't touch, but keeping that openness. Don't close down. And rise back up. Left shin over top your right for Agni Stambhasana. Kicking your heels into the walls of that imaginary box. We're inhaling the arms nice and high. Again, if this left knee is lifted, then you're going to fold over that left leg, turning yourself over towards the left knee. Everyone else right through the center. And lift yourself back up. Slide the shins apart, soles of the feet pressing into the earth. We'll lower all the way down to our backs. We're going to end with a Ananda Balasana, happy baby pose. So hugging your knees in towards your chest, you'll thread your arms through your knees, reaching for the outer edges of the feet. And you can either stay here in stillness, reaching the tailbone towards the top of the mat as you squeeze the shoulder blades together and press them down into the ground. Or you can just rock from side to side. So nice, slow and controlled, just rocking in your happy baby. And when you're ready, finding stillness, lengthening legs towards the top of the mat, arms by your side, finding your final resting pose, Shavasana.
As we enter this season of dark, where the days get shorter and the nights a little bit colder, I ask you, how do you shine your light? What do you do because of the darkness? A candle burns brightest in a darker room. What kind of brightness will you bring to this world this winter? Again, with that breath, the breath of light, let it be the first thing that brings you back into this room, endeavoring from this point out to lengthen the breath, finding the dark nooks and crannies of your body, your being. Wiggling fingers and toes. And over the next 2 to 3 breaths, making your way into your favorite seated position. And we'll end with hands pressing an Anjali Mudra over top our hearts, taking 2 breaths together, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time, thumbs to third eye. Turn your chin up towards the ceiling, rising your third eye towards the light. Inhale. Exhale. The light in me sees the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Thank you. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I don't have any announcements today, but thank you so much for